we understand what the Jewish people have gone through. We as Indigenous First Peoples of Canada understand the atrocities that have happened.
We're fighting the same battle, I believe. We're both fighting the extremism that is spreading almost all over the globe.
Our history is rich. We're together from thousands of years back. And we're also victims of the same thing.
I love Canada, but I also love my faith. I'm Jewish, and we should all unite and we should stand together. We shouldn't have to tolerate this hatred. We should have more love and less hatred in Canada.
Scarlett Grace with Rebel News. I am here at the annual Walk with Israel, the UJA Walk with Israel 2026, where thousands of people have packed the streets wall to wall. You can't even move to stand with the only Jewish state, to stand with Israel. This isn't just the Jewish community. We have Iranian allies here, many of them regular Canadian allies. You will see Israeli flags, Canadian flags, lion and sun flags of Iran, and of course we are going to see the Hamas supporters, the terrorism supporters. I believe that they have taken up residency at their usual spot on Sundays, which is at the intersection of Bathurst and Shepherd. We'll go by there at some point, but they're not the focus today, and I think my colleagues have that covered. I'm going to walk with the crowd, walk through the crowd, and see how people are feeling this year, if this year is more important than other years because of the rampant anti-Semitism that has been facing Canada, rising anti-Semitism, synagogue shootings, school shootings. I mean, just countless attacks. It feels like every week now. It is just insane. So the Jewish community, understandably, has been going through a lot and is probably needing this more than ever, to come together in unity with them, to stand with them. And yeah, we will see how the day goes. It's a beautiful day. We have lots of people, lots of allies, and happy Walk with Israel Day. Is that Olivia Chow?
Olivia Cow.
Olivia Chow. What's the message with carrying her image today?
Well, we make her be part of the support of Israel today. I make her to come with us today.
Well, we knew she wasn't going to come, so we forced her. We forced her. Like, you know what? You don't get to say. You're the mayor. You should be at the largest march in Canada, for sure in Toronto. And she doesn't show up. She thinks maybe she won't be hated if she doesn't show up. Everybody hates her.
Well,
that's the one thing that could bring peace in the Middle East is that the Jews, the Muslims, everybody hates Chow. So we decided we're going to bring her out in full force and humiliate her for not showing up.
Well, 500,000 people for Iran on February 14th. She wasn't there either, was she?
Right, and exactly. She wasn't there. She's too scared to do anything that has any meaning. She's not a Chow. She's Olivia Cow.
Is that Carney?
Kind of.
Okay.
We're making too.
Yeah.
Brother.
So he wouldn't come, so you guys brought him.
Nope, he wouldn't come.
Yeah.
Of course he's not coming. He sucks.
Rebel News is one of the only news outlets that has properly covered the rampant rising anti-Semitism in Toronto, in Canada, and because of that, we are being very well received. I just got here, and we're getting tons and tons of shout outs, people saying hi, hugs. The beautiful truck is here today as well, with Ezra, the leading man in charge, and with Menzies as well. We've got everybody out today for the Jewish community, and we are being embraced by them.
Just want to say hi and thank you for all your good work.
Of course, thank you. Why is it important to stand with Israel today?
Because we understand what the Jewish people have gone through. We as Indigenous First Peoples of Canada understand the atrocities that have happened.
They're like our own people. We understand what they went through because we went through our own Holocaust here.
We are here together in solidarity. We have people here from all across Canada, from BC all the way up to Nunavut. People are here representing Canada to declare that we stand with Israel and we push back anti-Semitism.
We've been coming here for the last 2 years to show our support for the Jewish people, especially at a time when they're facing a lot of persecution, and many Indigenous people understand that. We also recognise that Jews are the Indigenous people of the land of Israel, and we want to show Indigenous support for the Jewish people.
There have been a lot of people in the Indigenous community who have chosen the other side, and they say that Jewish people are not the Indigenous people of the land. What do you have to say to them?
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of information out there that is not true. The media is biased, and they're trying to have rhetoric that's not true. And they're trying to align our people with the Palestinians. But if you actually look at the facts, the Jewish people are indigenous to the land of Israel. Archaeology supports this. They have been in the land and there's evidence of it, over 3,000 years in the land of Israel. In fact, they are a people that are reclaiming their inheritance. They are going back to the land in large number because that is the land that has been covenanted to them.
Well, Jewish people have had a continuous connection to the land of Israel for over 3,500 years, and that's an indisputable fact. When I say continuous connection, there's always been a Jewish presence in the land. Indigenous people recognize that because we've had similar experiences of being pushed out of our homelands, but we've managed to maintain a presence in those lands. We also see in the culture that the Jewish people think in indigenous ways, just as we do. Their connection to the land, to their ancestors, the revival of their indigenous language. These are all things that inspire us as indigenous people.
They've reclaimed their language, which was almost lost. And so this really is something for the rest of us, actually as indigenous people, to look at and to celebrate.
Archaeologically, it's proven that the Jewish people have been in Israel for 3,000 years. And I think that's what people need to do. They need to educate themselves on the history, the archaeology, that why Israel, the Jewish people, are indigenous to Israel.
Why was it important for you to come stand with Israel today?
Because of my spouse, because I support her,
Yeah.
and I love her. And I love the Israeli people, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're amazing people.
Oh, just to be part of a wonderful gathering of people dedicated to upholding our values and keeping the message alive that we support the state of Israel and by inference the Jewish people. And I'm proud to join this group.
I'm here on behalf of all my Jewish friends in Ottawa and say hi.
And you are not Jewish, you are Iranian.
No, I'm Persian.
You are standing with your Israeli comrades. And why is it important for Iranians to stand with Israelis?
We're fighting the same battle, I believe. We're both fighting the extremism that is spreading almost all over the globe. And it makes it even harder for us to fight it, solely. So joining together, standing together, we're much stronger. We can do a lot more and win this battle together, for sure.
The vibe of this particular march is the polar opposite of what you are seeing from the pro-Hamas hate marches that have been occupying our streets for over 2 years now. The vibe here is nothing but peace, love, unity. It is somewhat reminiscent of the beginning of the freedom movement demonstrations where people from people from all different backgrounds got together for one cause, and that cause was something positive, was something right and just. It wasn't to promote terrorism, to promote hatred, vandalism, hiding your identity. This is nothing but a community coming together with their allies. And there is nothing but a positive message here. And the message isn't just the support of the only Jewish state in the world. It is a message of support for the Jewish people of Canada, of the West, who have been so endlessly persecuted since October 7th, something that they were a victim of and have continued to face. And this is really just a beautiful gathering of light and support, the absolute opposite of the warmongering terrorism supporters that, well, you know. We are approaching the intersection of Bathurst and Shepherd, where the pro-Hamas crowd has been infiltrating, has been demonstrating since 2024. And of course, they were not going to take this Sunday off. I believe that my colleagues, Ezra and David, have been here for most of the duration of the march, whereas I've been walking with the march. They seem to be really holding back the terrorism supporters this year. There are huge banners in front of them, as well as, of course, a massive police presence. And they are being kept away from the main road. Oh, it's a really good thing to see. Look at how far back they are. Isn't that wonderful? So you came out as a Canadian with a Canadian flag to say, stop hating Jews. What have you seen over the last couple of years that has made you want to do that?
The shooting up of synagogues. What is it, that one particular restaurant downtown that's owned by Jews has been trashed 2 or 3 times. It just doesn't belong in Canada. This is Canada, not Nazi Germany.
So I am still at Bathurst and Shepherd, where there is the massive barricade of banners blocking off the pro-Hamas supporters. And then on the other side is another handful of them, and a huge police presence at the Petro. Now, this, again, is different from last year, where the terrorism supporters were allowed to come right up to the main road here. They are being kept at bay. I don't know if a specific incident spurred that before I got to this area, but this year is a lot better for the community that is marching, because they are not being accosted face to face by people whose ideology wants them dead. So as you can see here, there is a huge gap between the march, which is directly behind or in front of me here, and behind me there is a huge gap of about half a block where the pro-Hamas, the pro-Islamic Republic people are being held back by police. A huge contrast to last year, where they were all the way up in the faces of demonstrators. So this is a refreshing change, and there's definitely going to be a lot fewer altercations, and they should keep it this way. Is that the flag of Afghanistan?
Yeah, this flag is from Afghanistan.
So why is it important for you to be here today with Israel?
So the Israel, I came to support Israel and Iranian people to rage there, like in the for freedom. I support Iranian people and my Afghanistan also, like Afghanistan women, girls. You know, like 5 years still, like Afghan girls, they're not allowed to go to school. So this is a big problem in Afghanistan. So we're fighting for Afghan women and Afghan girls back home too.
So apparently before I arrived here, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle with the police. The pro-terrorism side tried to maneuver getting closer to the Israel side, and there was an incident with horses and the police moving the crowd back. But again, I wasn't here, but from what I hear, it sounds like the police are taking this a lot more seriously this year, as they should be, given what's been going on in the Jewish community, to the Jewish community in Toronto this year. So I like to see it. I'm not sure what the sentiments of my colleagues who actually witnessed the police maneuvering think, but from what I see, this is way better than last year. Keep them back.
Iran, Israel, united together! Iran, Israel, united together!
Why is it important for you to be here today with the Indian flag?
It's important that we stand together, united for peace, love, and unity. As always, our history is rich. We're together from thousands of years back. And we're also victims of the same thing.
And I've been doing this walk for the last number of years. And especially since October 7th, I'm always more supportive of Israel and what's happening today. So that's where I take it. As a Christian, as a Bible believer, I have to stand with Israel, on the side of God.
What do you think about the difference between where the terrorism supporters were last year to this year?
Well, I can't believe they actually took action and put them 50 meters back from us. This was an authorized walk today. We got permission. They have no permission to be there, so they have to be removed. And thank God they did this year. We took a stand.
Yeah, it's so much better this year. I give thumbs up to Toronto Police. You guys done an awesome job thus far. Keep it up. I also like that they cut the speakers because this is a once-a-year opportunity. We have a permit for this. Thousands and thousands of Israelis and Jewish families look forward to coming here.
They're absolutely better. You can tell there's a very stark difference. I doubted it for a minute when the protesters decided they were going to walk down south and confront the Jewish walkers coming north. But then the police kicked in and did what they were supposed to do. And it was actually very nice to see.
Do you think that all of the anti-Semitic incidents over the last year, the shootings, everything has influenced the police to take it more seriously this year?
They are starting to take it seriously because they've been advised. And if they don't, there's going to be a very tragic incident going on here.
It's been crazy. Actually, one of the synagogues where I got married, it got shot at. Just like that. So it's like close to home. So, I mean, but thus far, I like what they did. They moved them far back. Nobody should have to walk to what they call a walk of shame. We're just families and little kids with like bubbles and strollers. Like, it shouldn't be like that. This is Canada, born and raised. I'm Canadian. I love Canada, but I also love my faith. I'm Jewish, and we should all unite and we should stand together. We shouldn't have to tolerate this hatred. We should have more love and less hatred in Canada.
The reason why they're doing what they're doing, they've gotten a lot of complaints from the community asking for, better policing and better protection. And they need to heed the call because this is a very large community and a very, good community that doesn't cause any trouble. So, I mean, I don't think that the Jewish community asks for a lot when they say, can we march in our own city where we live peacefully without worrying about being accosted by, pro-Hamas people. I don't think that's a big stretch.
Do you have any opinions on Mark Carney's announcement the other day, his new council to combat anti-Semitism in Canada? What are your thoughts on that council?
He's the only one that needs a council and an advisory. We know what's going on. The whole of Toronto can see what's going on. He still needs an advisory council to see if there's anti-Semitism. Is something wrong? I used to think the guy was smart. I think he's a bit simple.
I'm going to say very nicely, it's a joke. Absolute joke. It's a spit in our eye. All of you, the Jewish voters, Canadians, we love our country, and you shouldn't have anti-Semites on a committee. We don't need a committee. We need you guys to do your jobs. You see violence, these people need to be put in jail or deported. That's what we need. We don't need committees. We already know why it's happening. We have over 700 IRGC terrorists in Canada. Nothing's been done about it.
If he wants to have a council on anti-Semitism, every member of that council needs to be from the Jewish community. Period and full stop. That's it.
And a lot has changed in the last year since the last walk with Israel. A lot has changed for the worse with the rising attacks. What do you want to see change in the next year until the next walk with Israel in Toronto?
I would really ideally like to see the police not allow the pro-terrorists to be here while the Jewish community is trying to celebrate our small little one country that we have in the Middle East. That's ideally what I would like to see. That they're
I was just conducting an interview on the other side of the street when we saw, Aaron Hadidi and I saw a Palestine flag approaching the march, pretty much within the march. We crossed the street and the pro-terrorism side went down a side street. That's what they do. They go down residential side streets, even though that was banned, and are now directly on the sidewalk of Shepherd, face to face with the Walk with Israel crowd, with their flag of the Islamic Republic, and they are stomping on images of Benjamin Netanyahu. This sign right behind me in Persian says Marg Bar Israel, which means death to Israel, death to an entire nation. If that's not genocidal, I don't know what Things are winding down here at the annual Walk for Israel. I'm directly at the intersection of Bathurst and Shepherd, where Iranians and Jewish people are still dancing in the streets. The main festival is down the road at UJA, where most of the crowd has gone, but there are still people in the streets. And of course, there are still the terrorist supporters, but thankfully they are being held at bay. The sentiment from most attendees this year is that they were much happier with how police handled the terrorism supporters by keeping them back. And there was an arrest that I saw. There was maybe there was more than one. I don't know. I witnessed one arrest. So it was overall a successful day. Tens of thousands of people came out. The weather was beautiful, and the police did a little bit more than they usually do. I'm Scarlett Grace with Rebel News. If you are against the open glorification of terrorism, like what you see behind me here, please head to deporthamas.com. Add your name to the petition if you believe that people who come to our country to support terrorism and listed terrorist organizations deserve to be deported and go back home. That is deporthamas.com. Please chip in for our expenses if you can.